Now at 6, an end in sight for the blockade at the Ambassador Bridge. Canada now turning up the pressure to clear the key route from Detroit to Windsor. Good evening. Welcome to 7 Action News at 6. I'm Dave Llewellyn.
And I'm Carolyn Clifford, live at the Ambassador Bridge in Southwest Detroit. So many new develops unfolding tonight. We've got it all for you right here. A judge now setting a deadline for action. Just over an hour ago, that judge granting an injunction to stop the protests. The protesters must now leave by 7 tonight. And as you can see behind me, there is still no movement on that Ambassador Bridge. I've been talking to truck drivers and business owners today who will be happy once those first vehicles start rolling across to Detroit once again. So very important. Many of them telling me today about their struggles, yet a lot of them expressing to me their support for the protesters. I will bring you their stories in just a moment. But first, I want to get you caught up with the very latest. Windsor police in the past hour tweeting this message to demonstrators. Anyone blocking streets may be committing a criminal offense and must immediately cease. The police warning that demonstrators could be arrested and face charges. Earlier today, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau also addressing protesters.
Everything is on the table because this unlawful activity has to end, and it will.
President Joe Biden released a statement saying he spoke to Trudeau and expressed his concern for U.S. companies and workers impacted by production slowdowns. And it certainly is impacting production here in the U.S. and Metro Detroit. We've been hearing about local auto plants operating at reduced capacity. It's also hurting businesses here at the border. This all started Monday, as you know, when protesters bottlenecked the bridge opposing COVID-19 mandates in Canada. The situation only growing worse by the day, causing miles of backups and endless frustrations. 7 Action News has Team 7 coverage on both sides of the bridge tonight. I want to turn it over now live to 7 Action News reporter Brett Cast. He is live in Windsor. And Brett, what is the mood among those demonstrators, especially with that 7 p.m. deadline now looming?
Yeah, well, Carolyn, and first I just want to say I apologize. We are on a cell phone right now because we're having some signal trouble over here in Canada, but we just heard some people talking about holding the line here. We know, as you mentioned, that deadline is coming, but it does not appear that they have any plans to leave anytime soon. Let me get the camera turned around here so we can actually take a look at what this blockade has been. This has been the blockade that's been in place here in Windsor, blocking the Ambassador Bridge. You can see some people still here gathered. I know it was a little bit smaller crowd than we saw last night, but people are still here, the ones that are here, saying that they are going to be holding the line here tonight. You can see they got a semi-truck here. You've got some tents set up as well. A lot of people are really, staying in place here, kind of entrenching here at this spot. Let me walk down a little bit. You can see the other semi-trucks that are also blocking. And if you walk down further, I don't know how far you can see down there, but you can see they have a number of pickup trucks that are also blocking the lanes here. So even if, police do move in, they're going to have a lot of vehicles to tow away here, and also some pretty large vehicles as well. You can see more and more people gathering right here, right off the exit. This is the main exit of the Ambassador Bridge. We spoke to some people earlier today about the possibility of this injunction coming, and this is what they told us when asked what their plans were. Do you think if police come in with the injunction, do you think people will leave? Do you plan to leave?
I'm going to lock arms with everybody here, and whatever happens, happens.
I don't plan to leave. I don't think anybody's going to leave. And if they make everybody leave, we're just going to keep doing slow rolls, and we're just going to keep bringing it on. I think they know that, too. I think they believe that will happen.
Now again, this is this end of the stretch of people here, but they keep going and going. And then down there, there's even more cars, more tractor trailers that are parked down there. So there's going to be a lot of people that are staying place here, a lot of vehicles to move if police do indeed move in. But we've got just under an hour now until that deadline, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens. We're live here in Windsor. I'm Brett Cast, 7 Action News.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just hoping and praying that it ends peacefully, especially if police do, in fact, have to step in and remove those vehicles and remove those people. Now let's go live to 7 Action News reporter Jim Kirchner in Southwest Detroit, keeping an eye on what's happening on our side of the border. Jim, what are you seeing?
It's night and day between that side and over here, Carolyn. We've been out here all day anticipating this bridge opening up. There was some movement this morning when some of the protesters said they would open up one lane to allow some traffic to come over here to the United States. Windsor police said, no, that's not good enough. It has to be all or nothing. So that never happened. The only activity we've seen on the bridge is some security. It is closed in both directions. Michigan State Police have the ramps going to this bridge closed. Actually, that's been the case for the last couple of days. Governor Whitmer said earlier she's willing to provide any resources as needed over there. But I can tell you, I've been checking with law enforcement sources here on this side. They say nothing is in the plans to send anything over there from here at this time. This critical deadline is at 7 o'clock. I've been monitoring Canadian media, and I heard a comment being put out over there to the protesters that if you don't move at 7 o'clock, we will help you move. So that could be setting up what could be a clash. Also talking with law enforcement officials over here, asking them if they're prepared to go over there to help with the police in Windsor, and they say no plans at this time. We've not been asked to do that, and that's not easily done. There's no such thing as mutual aid going to another country as easily as going to another city or another state, but things are tense. 7 o'clock is the critical deadline. Live in Southwest Detroit, Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.
Well, the time is certainly ticking, and that 7 o'clock deadline is coming up. Thank you so much, Jim, for the live report. Now, this week-long protest has garnered both support and those who say enough already. We spoke to a business owner who lives in Michigan but has several businesses in Canada. And while he has lost millions of dollars over the last 2 years due to the pandemic, he supports the truckers' protest.
It's been a nightmare. Nothing short of a nightmare.
Rob Katzman is the owner of several businesses in Southwest Ontario with nearly 500 employees.
I have businesses that have been closed down 22 months of the last 24 months at a cost of millions and millions of dollars.
Yet he says he still understands the plight of the truckers who have taken a harsh stand to protest, despite the fact it's disrupting the supply chain, upset the mayor of Windsor, and using up much needed police resources. Do you think this was the right way to go? Because people, as you said, have had enough?
It's coming to an end. So in terms of the trucker strike, they feel that if they just stand up and vote with their trucks, that it will be the final nail in the coffin that stops all these oppressive mandates.
The protest so disruptive, Windsor officials using the legal system to get an injunction, and Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer chiming in, saying while they have the right to protest, they cannot bring our economy to its knees.
I don't think people understood what a huge economic impact this would have on working families in Michigan, across the Midwest, those in Canada as well. There is hundreds of millions of dollars that are being lost every day.
I went to Flying J's truck stop in Woodhaven with my photographer, Mike Glover, to see if truckers agree with the protest. So what do you think about the trucker strike going on in Canada and then blocking the bridges? Is that a good thing, or?
I think it's a good thing. I think you got a lot of people that are banding together and standing up for what they believe in, and that's what this country is built on.
As far as protesting, they can protest all they want, but closing the border is kind of unacceptable, I think. I want to make a living, and I'm sure a lot of other guys want to make a living, and we can't do that.
What am I supposed to tell to my wife? I can't work because my government wouldn't let me do so.
So you feel a lot freer here in America?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm very thankful I can work, especially after the COVID, we have more loads.
Do you think they should just drop all of the vaccine mandates in Canada at this point? I think 90% of the truckers are vaccinated, 10% not, but they just feel like there are just too many rules, and at this point they should end them all?
I think it's been a lot of misinformation that's been put out, and so I think we all need to get on the same page.
You gotta hope everyone will be coming to the same page with this 7 o'clock deadline looming. It's right around the corner, and everyone, I'm sure, hoping and praying this thing will end peacefully. So as we watch and wait for what happens with that 7 p.m. deadline, 7 Action News will continue to monitor the situation live out here. But remember, you can also get all updates at WXYZ.TV. So, Dave, some major developments with this bridge blockade as we head into the weekend. That deadline of 7 p.m. We'll be here soon, and we'll be watching what happens. Dave, I'm going to send it back to you.
Carolyn, thank you. Great job out there.